So we're gonna be off in 3, 2, 1, and pills.
I keep rocking that Retropalooza shirt. I'm gonna guess that was at least one of the Dr. Mario championships. I don't know, but anyway, to the match itself, good boards for both players. They've got decent color diversity, although Bidwell is limited with his blue access right now. But overall, nothing too bad going on with these first bits of this level 8.
Oh, not at all. Bidwell just figuring ways to use all of that blue. It would seem like some of it would become garbage that would be uh, thrown out, but he's been doing really good so far in his level.
Yeah, and you can tell that's what he had because there's just a whole lot of yellow and red left now. So that's going to end up being a pain point unless the doctor is just extremely generous. Uh, and we'll see if he can get some efficient clears out of here. A lot of these doubles are locked up. He had an opportunity for a sweet tea there, didn't take it. Meanwhile, with Packie, he's looking at a little bit of everything left, and it shouldn't be too. There really shouldn't be too much of a difference between these two when we get out of level 10 or level 8.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, it's what I can see from all that's happened now in level 8 is that Bidwell just has changed his style, and though he still goes for the combos, they are a lot cleaner. So both of them are under the 140 mark. So this is starting to look like a great match.
Yeah, we got about a 3 second difference between these two coming out of that level 8. So it's good so far, and we see both of them just making some really solid plays. I've been keeping an eye on Packie's board. He's found ways of getting stuff done. Bidwell also just, I mean, they're practically tied at this point. So we're looking at what could be a very close race.
Definitely, and at this point, Bidwell is trying to wait as best as possible for some blue in order to keep on working with the last part of his board. On the other hand, Packie just doesn't have any yellow left on his board. Really, it's just those three viruses that you can see, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think he's hoping. Decided to go for a. Okay, well, I thought maybe he was hoping to take that red out from underneath that yellow garbage, but he's proved me wrong, and he's gonna either have to clear it or he's gonna have to take it under clear, which is still an option for him.
Yeah, definitely. As Bidwell, that the right side is waiting for blue, but that's going to bring down a lot of stuff. And though he leaves a little bit of garbage on column 7, that's easily taken care of with just another yellow.
Yeah, really nice way of clearing out a whole lot of pill halves there.
And now the interesting thing is that he has the two setups there in rows 2 and 3, and they seem to be colliding with one another, while Paki is already moving on to level 10 and making quick work of this.
It would have been possible to take it, but it would have required sacrificing a pill to lay it down flat underneath and then hope for a red blue. Uh, the idea of just going ahead and clearing out some of it and just eating the extra, it made the most sense in that situation.
Yeah, but Paki, it would seem like he's had much more time to move along, but it's just 8 viruses at this point. The difference between both of them, still anybody's game in level 10.
Back looking for some sort of access to blue. Well, he's got it now, but that was the tail of the earlier bits of his board, and Bidwell's in a pretty similar situation. So uh, does get a really nice L clear, T clear out of that, and uh, again, both players doing pretty well. Although now Packie is pulling out to about a 12 virus lead.
Indeed, and the rest of Bidwell's board looks very double friendly. So that's definitely one thing that you want to have as a speed player.
Yeah, he's making the decisions to clear out what he can horizontally or with doubles. Sometimes with the horizontals, though, especially lower on the board, that makes it a little more difficult. Is Packie out at a 511?
Yeah, the package just torching through level 10 as well. Bidwell should be right behind. It's just that virus on the right side. He can figure out how to take it out, or rather to clean up what's been left there.
But the doctor has decided to support Ukraine now that Bidwell needs nothing but reds, and is continuing to do so. Now he's starting to get a few reds. It's about this time I start looking at those three at the lower left and go, what did I do? But he does get out at a 552.
Yeah, and you could see there a little bit of that frustration with the doctor from Bidwell because you just have to wait and wait and wait until he decides that it's time for you to get a little bit of what you need, and that of course is only giving time for your opponent to see even more pills.
And Packy is just tearing down this level 11. Um, he knows he can't give any quarter to Bidwell at this point. Um, and he's choosing not to do it. Not that Packy ever really lets off the gas, but he's making very quick work out of this level 11. He knows what his opponent's capable of, and as we've kind of said before, this is getting into any given Sunday territory with the way our tournament has been going of late. You can't count anybody out, no matter who it is, no matter who they're playing against. So very very smart for Backy to just keep the gas going here, and he should be out here pretty shortly if the doctor will just give him what he needs.
Yeah, I think he also was just trying to take care of not bringing things down on row one, as he's going to be out at 714. And in this last level, that's when the really everything was decided. So it's going to be game number one for Paki.
Yep. Uh, that's with the history that Packy's got in this tournament. It's easy to just look at practically any matchup he's got and say this was expected to happen. But man, oh man, the speed that Bidwell was putting out there. This is a really good matchup, and I wouldn't be shocked at all to see Bidwell take the next one and let's go to three. So, the only thing left to do is play the game.
Definitely. All right. So we have readies from both of our players, and we'll be going off in 3, 2, 1, and pills.
All right, we've got a couple solid boards for these guys. As Packy has to dig deep to be able to find a place for these yellows, and almost if the doctor had just given him a little bit more space, he would have been able to get a T clear and pretty much rid himself of all the yellow viruses on his board. Unfortunately, not able to get that done. Meanwhile, on Bidwell's side, we see a lot of good combos going together, and he's keeping a relatively clean board, although that column 8 is going to be an issue here in the not too distant future.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those situations where the longer you let it linger, then it's just going to be difficult unless you get the doubles, and that
Yeah,
is going to help you a lot.
sure, the doubles. I mean, anybody can do it with the doubles.
Hey, Bidwell got the double that he needed, and that it's brought down that column 8. So
Absolutely. Yeah, it just always makes those things easier when you get the double pills.
makes you wonder why we still haven't moved into SNES. But hey,
Well, maybe we'll get a tournament on that soon.
indeed. Okay, as we see, Bidwell just has to deal really with all of this blue left on his board. the red is pretty much taken care of if he can figure out how to take out that blue that's just lingering there on the row one.
Yeah, he's got every little piece that he's trying to get it taken care of with is just making it that much harder. And of course, well, the doctor says you don't have any yellow viruses. Why would you need yellow pills? Maybe now you need more red. And there it is. He's gonna get the combo. He's out at a 201, and he's every right to be frustrated getting out of that because he has no idea that Packie has been having trouble with this level 8 as well, and is still not out yet.
Oh, Paki getting hit with all of those blues and yellows that just are not helping. He probably also getting frustrated and finally out of the 216, but it's the name of the game, and now we're seeing it happening on both of the screens.
Absolutely, and a frustrated Packie is a dangerous Packie, so I wouldn't be shocked to see this level 9 just disappear in one big gulp. Not unlike the big gulp he's probably going to be drinking out of as soon as he finishes this game.
Yeah, definitely. Bidwell now with a need of a yellow in order to uh, find those last viruses that are on the bottom right of his board. Uh, he's getting things little by little. That the horizontal is going to be very helpful to clean a lot of things, and it's just red and yellow at this point for him.
Yeah, uh, Bidwell's got himself a pretty good situation. Meanwhile, on Packie's board, he's just cleaning up around the edges, and I will say earlier he had a very nice swim on a double yellow. It wasn't a deep swim, but it was exactly what he needed to clear out a little bit. He's looking for some double action here, and I'll have two single reds left, and that'll be it for this level 9. Now the doctor just has to give him some reds. Did well out at a 338, though.
Yeah, and once again, the doctor just decides that red is not a color that is really on his mind. Finally, Paki going to be out at 353. Lost quite a bit of time there, but still keeping a good distance from Bidwell.
Yeah, we're looking at about 15 seconds difference between these two coming out of that level 9. So, uh, Bidwell just needs to keep, as Packie did earlier, Bidwell needs to keep his foot on the gas. He can't honestly think that he's that much ahead just unless he's listening to the broadcast because uh, the time that Packie had in that level 8 was not normal for Packie. So Bidwell may have no idea that he's still about 15 seconds ahead. It's going to be a matter of can he keep his foot on the gas regardless of where he thinks he is.
Oh, definitely. But what I can see is that he's playing the board every which way, just getting places in place all the things that he needs. Just doesn't matter what color it is. He's finding a way to use it to the fullest now with this, and he has a way to go from both sides on these pills, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
He's out at a 509. Again, I don't know that he knows unless he's listening to our chat here. I don't know that he knows that he is this far ahead. So honestly, oh, Packie with a nice fat log down at the bottom. Honestly, Bidwell might be working with the thought that he's coming up from behind. That can lead to panic if you're not careful, but also it can really sharpen your senses. So we're just going to see what Chris is able to do and see if Packie is able to make up what he needs in order to catch him when they get into level 11.
Definitely, but at this point, Paki getting hamstrung there, not getting the right pills for all of this, and he needs one more red once again at the end of a level. Needs red, and of course Mario is going to make him wait, be out finally at a 603.
Yep. So it's 19 virus difference at the start of the level. That's what we're looking at. Can Packie come back? Will Bidwell take this game 2 and force a game 3 and a decider? That's really the question that we're going to know in about a minute and a half. These two are both really good, accomplished players, and it's really going to be very possibly a very tight one, and every virus here is going to count so much.
Oh, definitely. As Packing has on that right side a lot of blue, and that might be difficult to work with because when there's that many columns that require the same color, you're gonna have to be making garbage, or you're gonna be waiting for doubles because there's no other way to play around that.
Becky finally getting out of that red surge. He was really running out of places to put double reds as Bidwell down to his last 8 viruses, and with this column that Packy's got on his 8, I don't think there's much he's going to be able to do about it unless Bidwell just gets the worst RNG ever. Not unheard of in this game, but certainly unlikely, as Packy is stacked pretty high, but manages to get out of it.
At this point, just trying to figure out something to have on hand to bring down this board, but there's really no other way but to wait for the right pills at this point. A lot of red needed as Bidwell is going to be out at a 749.
Yep, absolutely. That is a heck of a good time for Bidwell, and GG's to him and to Packy, who really just got he didn't have what he needed in that level 8, and he's going to finish it out. He gets the double blue he needs. He's out at an 8-12, but uh, Bidwell taking game 2, so we're looking for a decider. And yeah, it was definitely some pretty horrible pill luck for Packy at that level 8.
Definitely, but Bidwell just managed to keep it going. Just don't make any big mistakes, and yeah, make it work so that you have a chance at going to the decider, which we're going to be having just a few moments.
Absolutely. We've got readies for both players, so it's 3, 2, 1 pills. This is the decider to figure out who is going to be facing Watchma in the next round. I'm
Right,
sorry,
that's
not Watchma. That was Don Vineyard in the next round. I'll get it out in a second.
no problem. But yeah, we can see that the Paki has quite a varied board actually. Um, Wants to go for that horizontal, which is yeah a nice choice there. He's gonna get it and drop a little bit of garbage, but he can use some of what he dropped in other ways. So we'll see what he does with that.
Right, Packy getting another sweet tea out of that. Um, really, really finding good plays, but that's not preventing that column 8 from getting stacked up against him. And well, it looked like he had a little bit of a struggle down there at in his column 5, but no, he had everything ready to go. Bidwell, meanwhile, with that big barge in the middle of his board, he's gonna have to work to get that taken care of. If and it looks like he was counting to 2 or counting to 3.
Yeah, but unfortunately, at this point, what's been happening with Bidwell is that a lot of blue has been on the top line on that right side, and even worse than 3 columns of it, it's 4 of them, and that's really slowed him down. Spacky's out at the 130.
Packy getting about the time that he was expecting to get in that last game, and he's going to get this nice combo out of here, and he's off to the races. But meanwhile, with Bidwell, he's trying to get everything kind of unstuck over here on the right hand side. It's not looking too bad. He's just a couple of viruses away, or a couple of pills rather away from finishing this out. Does so and is out at a 214.
Yeah, still having to reel the problems of having that much blue on his right side, but he's getting a quick start on level 9. Just very quick drop combos. All of things working very nicely. He doesn't have a lot of yellow on the top line, however.
finding ways to get to that, but now he's sitting on a block of red and blue, and it's mostly red. So hopefully the doctor's going to give him a double red surge right now will be wonderful for him. But unfortunately, the doctor says, no, I'm going to give you one double red and make you think I'm going to give you a surge. We'll save that for when you don't have any red at all.
Oh yeah, definitely. Very nice combo here from Bidwell. Just gonna clear out all of that garbage. Gonna get a little bit more of that red that he needs to open up that right side, but just the one pill, and he still has placements for any combination with those reds. So at least that's the good side of his board.
Packie side, he gets the pill he needs to clear out about a 317. So he's really taking command of this game three. He wants to make it to tomorrow. He has every expectation of doing so, and we'll see if Bidwell still has anything to say about that. But right now, Packie really pouring it to Bidwell in game three of this second round.
Definitely, as we see that Bidwell finally manages to get rid of most of the red on his board. He just has two viruses, one of them is buried, so he doesn't have to worry about needing anything very precise for that. He does need some stuff for that left side, and he gets it, and of course he uses it right away on that.
Bidwell just wants a lot of yellow, and unfortunately, with that the way it's set up, he's got choices. He does decide to go with that horizontal. I don't know if that's the best play or not at this point. But yeah, when you've got a tower and then two of the same color next to it, it's never pleasant unless you just get a whole bunch of doubles. But he's out at a 432 and into level 10.
Indeed, now into level 10, but Packie has just been rushing through this level 10 as well. Even though he hasn't had the best RNG at all times, he's figured out ways of using everything, or if not, to create some garbage that eventually gets destroyed. That's why his board right now is very clean.
Yeah, he's getting double blues. That's always nice. But he only has that little bit of a wall on that right hand or left hand side in his column one. He's gonna need to do something about those blues. Looks like he's committing to taking care of those reds underneath. I don't blame him there. A big triple like that is going to be very helpful. But he's got to be careful he doesn't overstack himself with he gets the yellow and takes care of any concerns there. So now it's 1 and 2 reds, and he's out at a 529.
Just a really good time there for Packie, as you were saying. Much of what was expected, just a little blip there on game number 2, and yeah, just putting a good amount of ground between himself and Bidwell. So now it's just a matter of finishing the job.
Yeah, and Packie knows that new hot times were set, so he's got to have something to say about it, I'm sure. So this is his last opportunity this month for this level block. I imagine he's looking to see if he can't figure out a way to bring a hot time back in.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's always on Packie's mind, I'm sure, no matter what is happening on the month, but more so now. As that column 1, it's a little bit stacked up, and it's going to take some drop time. That's the only concern there. But yeah, this red yellow is going to bring things to a better level.
And I imagine he's going to try to find ways to do horizontals with both of those reds stacked up horizontally. In fact, there's one of them right now. If he gets the other one, takes out the blues underneath of it, he might be trying to make it to where none of that garbage that he had to drop down is a problem. And yep, oh, no, he didn't decide to go for it yet. Does it now, and that is a beautiful combination play.
Oh yeah, that's just players knowing exactly what to do, where to put things in order for everything to just work in their favor. As Packie, this blue yellow is going to help to set up on that left side. Oh, it gets taken out, but fortunately he gets a double yellow. He's out at 720.
720. That's a great time. Bidwell managed not to get lapped on that one, which, when Packie playing that well is always a thing you got to think about. It's happened to me, happened to a lot of us. But GG's to both players. That